हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। आई होप यू ऑल आर डूइंग गुड एंड आप लोग अपनी बहुत ध्यान रख रहे होंगे, कोविड से प्रोटेक्शन ले रहे होंगे पूरा। आई होप यू ऑल आर also studying along with this COVID situation. Although I know being at home has become so boring these days, I have seen several of my students and I'm also seeing my brother at home. He's too much frustrated being at home. I know it all, but you have to study. It's your boards this time, and whatever situation may be, you have to score good in boards as well as NEET. So I hope you have seen my previous videos in which I have discussed about the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. I have discussed about the male and female reproductive organs and the pollination concept, and in this video I would be discussing about the pollen pistil interaction and the concept of double fertilization. So please stick to the end of the video as this video is going to be very important to you. So let us start. So in this picture I have shown you the arrangement of cells in the embryo sac. So this is the chalosyl end, which is having the antipodal cells, and the micropylar end consists of the synergids, two synergids, and the egg cell, whereas polar nuclei central cells are also present in the center. Two polar nuclei are present, and the synergids consist of finger-like projections which are known as filiform apparatus. Let's start with the pollen pistil interaction. So the pistil has the capacity, or you can say it has the ability to recognize whether the pollen that it has received is compatible or incompatible. So there is some kind of dialogue, chemical dialogue that is happening between the pollen and the pistil, which helps the pistil to recognize the compatibility of pollen that comes to it. So after the pollen is being accepted as compatible, then it will germinate. Okay, this is the whole germination procedure shown over here, this germination. Okay, and if the pollen grain is not compatible, it is incompatible, then it will be discarded, it will be rejected, and there won't be any germination of the pollen tube. So compatible pollen grain is identified, then it germinates on the stigma, leading to the pollen growth of the pollen tube from the germ. Now you have studied that the pollen grain consists of an intine, which is the inner layer, and an exine, which is the outer layer. Now this exine is having a germ pore through which the pollen grain will germinate. So suppose this is the pollen grain and this is how it will germinate. Okay, now this will be having a generative nuclei and a vegetative nuclei, or generative cell and a vegetative cell. Now this generative cell will be dividing into two male gametes, and the vegetative cell will help in the extension of the pollen tube. It will be helping in the vegetative growth. Okay, pollen grains might be shed at two cell stage, having one vegetative nucleus and two generative nucleus. I'll write here two cell stage of pollen grain. PG is the pollen grain, so it will be having one vegetative cell, okay, and one generative cell. Or if it is shed at a three cell stage, then it will be having one vegetative cell, I'm denoting it by VC, and two male gametes. Okay, so the male gametes are basically non-motile over here. These male gametes are passed with the help of, or they are being transferred with the help of the pollen tube. After reaching the ovary, the pollen tube reaches the micropylar end. This is the micropylar end. Okay, from at this micropylar end, the pollen tube has reached with two male gametes and a vegetative nucleus. Now the filiform apparatus, which is present in the synergids, will aid in the entry of the pollen tube to the micropylar end, to the ovule. Okay, so the pollen tube will enter with the help of the filiform apparatus. All these events, from the landing of pollen grain on the stigma to the entry of pollen tube inside the ovule, are called pollen pistil interactions. तो pollen pistil interactions basically क्या होता है, वो सारे के सारे events जो कि हो रहे हैं जब pollen grain stigma पर आया है और जब तक वो germinate होके उसकी pollen tube ovule के अंदर पहुंच जाती है, तब तक के जो सारे प्रोसेसेस हैं वो पॉलन पिस्टल इंटरेक्शन के अंदर आते हैं। अब हम देखते हैं इसमें एक प्रोसेस होता है आर्टिफिशियल हाइब्रिडाइजेशन, जिसके अंदर हम जो स्टिग्मा है उसको अपनी मर्जी से पॉलिनेट कराते हैं। वी विल पॉलिनेट द स्टिग्मा with the help of desirable pollen grains which we want to pollinate। मीन्स मतलब ये इसका मेन पर्पस होता है जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन के लिए। किसी प्लांट के अंदर हम जेनेटिक मॉडिफिकेशन लेकर आना चाहते हैं तो हम कोई प्लांट के पॉलन ग्रेन्स लेंगे जिसका जेनेटिक मेकअप काफ़ी स्ट्रॉन्ग है और वो हम एक दूसरे प्लांट में इनकॉर्पोरेट करना चाहते हैं, तो हम उसकी स्टिग्मा को कवर कर देंगे और प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे किसी भी तरह की क्रॉस या सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन से, और सिर्फ हम अपनी आर्टिफिशियल हाइब्रिडाइजेशन या आर्टिफिशियल पॉलिनेशन कराएंगे। तो ये दो तरीके से होते हैं। एक होता है इमैस्कुलेशन। इमैस्कुलेशन के अंदर क्या हो रहा है, बेसिकली वी आर रिमूविंग द एंथर्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ द forceps, or we are plucking off the anthers from a bisexual plant, and then what we are doing is bagging is the other process of artificial hybridization in which the emasculated flower or the flower from which the anthers have been plucked off, that flower is being covered with a bag. The bag is basically made of butter paper, and then when the stigma of that flower becomes receptive, then we will dust the desirable pollen grains on the stigma and we will initiate the fertilization process, and again we will cover up the flower and let the fruit develop inside the bag. In case of unisexual flowers, emasculation is not done because unisexual flowers are basically like female or male flowers completely, so there are no anthers present which are to be plucked off, so the female flower is basically bagged, it is covered with a bag. Okay, now we will talk about double fertilization. Now when the pollen tube has reached the synergids at the micropylar end, and it will release the two male gametes inside the cytoplasm of the synergids. तो अगर आपसे कभी क्वेश्चन पूछा जाए कि जो pollen tube आ गई है, pollen tube जो है मेल गैमीट्स कहाँ पर रिलीज कर रही है, वहाँ पे synergids भी है, वहाँ पे egg भी है, वहाँ पे filiform apparatus भी है, so you will tell that the male gametes are being released in the cytoplasm of the synergids. नाउ माइक्रोपाइलर एंड के पास क्या है, दो सिनर्जिड्स हैं और एक एग सेल है. वन ऑफ द मेल गैमीट विल फ्यूज विद द एग सेल रिजल्टिंग इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ अ डिप्लॉइड zygote. This process is syngamy, whereas the other male gamete will go to the central polar cells and fuse with them, thereby forming a triploid primary endosperm nucleus which is known as PEM, and this is known as triple fusion. तो दो प्रोसेस हो रहे हैं, एक हो रहा है सिनगैमी और दूसरा हो रहा है ट्रिपल फ्यूजन. सो एज देर आर टू प्रोसेसेस ऑफ फर्टिलाइजेशन टेकिंग प्लेस, दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज डबल फर्टिलाइजेशन. यहाँ पे दो मेल गैमीट्स थे हमारे पास, जो पॉलन ट्यूब लेकर आई थी, दो मेल गैमीट लेकर आई थी. तो एक मेल गैमीट एग के साथ फ्यूज हो गया और उसने क्या बनाया, डिप्लॉइड zygote बनाया, जो कि आगे डेवलप होगा एम्ब्रियो के अंदर. ओके, और जो हमारा दूसरा मेल गैमीट था वो सेंट्रल सेल्स के पास चला गया, जहाँ पे दो पोलर न्यूक्लियाई प्रेजेंट थे. टू पोलर न्यूक्लियाई वर प्रेजेंट ओवर देयर. नाउ दीज टू पोलर न्यूक्लियाई fused with the one male gamete and formed triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Primary endosperm nucleus, which is also known as PEN. Now this primary endosperm nucleus develops into primary endosperm cell, which is also known as PEC, and this PEC will develop into endosperm. We will see what the endosperm will develop in the fruit further in the further lecture. Now I hope this concept is very clear to you guys, because this is one of the most confusing concept. Okay, this is the most difficult concept to understand that you people might be facing, and if you still don't understand this concept, then please mail me or write it in the comment box. I hope you like this video. Then please press the like button, and you can see this is the diagram where this primary endosperm nucleus is formed. This is the primary endosperm cell, which is triploid, and this is the zygote, which is diploid. Now this zygote will undergo mitosis and will keep on dividing, and first form will be the globular embryo form, second will be the heart shaped embryo form, and the third one will be this mature embryo, which will be having a plumule, which will form the shoot system or the stem. Radicle will be forming the root system, and the cotyledons are present, which are having basically the food material. Okay, now I hope you like this video. I hope this concept is very clear to you. If you like the way I teach, then please do subscribe to my channel, and if you want some more modifications in my teaching, then I am very welcome to effective criticism. Then you can please mention in the comment box if you want change in my teaching method, or you want some more descriptive topics about any thing related to biology. Okay, I hope you like this, and please share it among your groups. Okay, subscribe to my channel, like, share.